Celsius. Now tomorrow, it's really quite a nice day tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine around, if not milky sunshine, and temperatures still quite nice, 18 down on the Kent coast. Well, air quality is very good at the moment. So taking a look at the UK cities in more detail, while up in Scotland to begin with, well, it's going to be a fairly rainy start to the day. Things will brighten up as that warm front does move away. As we move down the country towards Leeds, while it's staying dry on the east coast, over towards the west coast, that rain really setting in and gradually moving over to the east towards the latter part of today. Down towards the capital, well, rain setting in, I'm afraid, plenty of showers around and cloud, but temperatures still quite respectable. And across the water into Ireland, well, that cloud is really setting in. What a grey day. It's really looking quite rainy today. The temperature's still quite mild. Well, the outlook for the next few days, what's going to be happening? Well, look at Tuesday. You can see those fronts moving away from the country, but now circulating back round, picking up warm air with it and bringing it more cloud and rain to the far southwest. And these are coming back on these winds at 25 miles an hour. And most places into Tuesday, we're seeing plenty of showers. The east coast probably remaining quite dry until the latter part of Tuesday. Into Wednesday, we see a repeat of today's weather, actually. We have a new cold front setting in the far northwest. That's bringing a lot of cloud and a lot of patchy rain. But look at temperatures, 19 degrees Celsius around the east coast there. It's really quite warm for this time of year. And Thursday sees that cold front sinking southeastwards, bringing more rain around Lancashire, Carlisle, the Lake District, and possibly down into central and southern counties. But it's looking quite nice in East Anglia on Thursday. Well, now pass it over to Nadine for a look at Europe.
Thank you very much, Vicky. Yes, we've got some unsettled conditions, not only in the UK, stretching right up into Scandinavia as well. Some blustery, wet and windy conditions throughout the whole of today, which makes a change because yesterday they had quite a pleasant day in this part of the region. Now, we also have another area of low pressure, and that's around the Adriatic Sea in Italy, so we've got some thunderstorms cracking away there. That's extending all the way into the Balkans, heading towards Greece and Turkey over the next couple of days. Now, taking a look at the temperatures, quite chilly up in Scandinavia, only getting up to 9 degrees Celsius. But you'll notice in western parts of Russia, we've got some air coming up from a southerly direction, so that's why those temperatures not as cool as they have been, highs of 13. Now, by tomorrow, I'm afraid, some more frontal systems heading their way towards northern parts of Europe and also Russia as well, seeing more in the way of rain. The best of sunshine, good news, clearing up in Italy as that frontal system begins to move eastwards, and the temperatures looking something like this. Quite a pleasant 21 on average around Italy. But the further south you go, lovely warm temperatures, 24 or 26. We've got some warm air coming up from a southerly direction from the sea, so that's why we're seeing these colours in a red form here. Now then, by Tuesday, we've got an area of high pressure extending its fluence all the way from Spain, all the way into central and eastern parts of Europe, which is good news. And the temperature's looking something like this, a warm 22 degrees Celsius on average around Portugal and Spain. Well, let's take a look at the European cities in closer detail. Starting by looking up in northern parts of Europe, a mixture of sunshine and showers, highs of 9 to 13. Still staying in that part of the world, in northern parts of Europe, seeing more in the way of sunshine around the Czech Republic. And the Low Countries, quite blustery actually, around Amsterdam, highs of 14. Then moving through, well, probably a better day in France and parts of Germany, highs of 15 to 17, so those temperatures feeling rather pleasant there. Now, the further south you go, temperatures still a little bit disappointing, highs of 13 to 15, a lot warmer than it has been over the last couple of days. And a quick look at Barcelona, enjoying some gorgeous sunshine. And finally, if you're looking for sunshine, Lisbon and Rome, highs of 22 to 24.
Weatherscope, 3 times an hour with all the weather.
AT Air Miles gives you 2 nights for the price of 1 in over 250 hotels. You don't have to fly to enjoy Air Miles.
Hello, welcome to the Weather Channel. Now it's time to take a look at the regional outlook for this morning and this afternoon, and we start in the southeastern quarter of the country. Well, it's not as bright as it has been over the last couple of days. That cloud cover increasing all the time, and that's because there's a warm front about to encroach on this part of the world. Into the afternoon then, you can see that frontal system beginning to make its presence felt, producing mainly light, patchy, drizzly rain. Those temperatures feeling very warm indeed, 18 degrees Celsius. Now, probably the driest place is going to be around East Anglia, although that's going to see some patchy, drizzly rain later on into tonight. Now then, looking at the southwestern side of the country, that's the warm front spreading in, producing maybe 1 or 2 outbreaks of rain that might be heavy, but mainly patchy and drizzly in nature. Now, by the afternoon then, well, those temperatures still keeping quite warm, 16 or 17 on average, but getting quite breezy around the Bristol Channel, and you can't rule out coastal and hill fog as well. Now, in northern parts of England, the best of the brightness definitely along the eastern side, to the east of the Pennines. Temperatures already picking up to 15 or 16. Now, along the Cumbrian coast, we're seeing 1 or 2 patches of drizzle. But into the afternoon then, that warm front beginning to exert its influence, so you're going to see the cloud cover increasing all the time. And probably on the western side, that's where you're going to see the rain. Staying drier, though, on the eastern side. Up in Scotland then, well, 1 or 2 patches of rain. This is the first warm front. That's heading up towards the Shetlands, but quite cloudy for most of this area. Probably the best of the brightness around Aboyne in Aberdeenshire, highs of 15 or 16. And the afternoon, well, yes, we've got another cold front sinking southwards, producing some outbreaks of rain. Moving across to Ireland, well, they've got some frontal systems affecting them, so we're going to see some heavy outbreaks of rain, particularly up in the northwestern side of the country, highs of 14 to 15. And by the afternoon, I'm afraid, still rather unsettled, highs mainly of 17 to 18 Celsius.
Business in Oslo? Check the weather on Business Travel Weather.
If you break another country's laws, you'll answer for those crimes abroad. The British consul will help you, and if you're jailed, we'll ensure that you're treated fairly. We can visit you in prison, but we can't get you out. So stay legal, or you could find yourself having the holiday of a lifetime.
Now imagine how we feel when you don't deliver. Give blood.
You are cordially invited to cause me immeasurable distress by stealing my briefcase containing my credit cards and photos of my family. Camera also available. Dress is informal. Slashing of seats optional. Crime. Together we'll crack it.
80 air miles gives you a free child's day pass to Alton Towers. You don't have to fly to enjoy air miles.
Weatherscope. 3 times an hour with all the weather.
Hello, I'm Nadine DeRaza. Now it's time to take a look at the business travel weather for both the UK and Europe here on the Weather Channel. But I thought we'd actually whip around the world and take a look at the Hurricane Lily situation before I mention anything to do with the UK and Europe. Now, basically, it's heading towards Bermuda, so if you're going on business there, do check with your local air carrier or sea carrier to find out the weather situation. Now, in terms of business travel, 1 or 2 problems on the railways, London Underground in particular, the Jubilee line is engineering works between Stanmore and Neasden, so buses are replacing trains. There's no service there. And Northern Line, oh dear, engineering work means no southbound service from Euston to Kennington via Bank, and also buses replacing trains there. Let's take a look at the UK cities in closer detail. Starting by looking up in northern parts of the UK, I'm afraid it's a mixture of cloud and some drizzly rain. Highs of 16 to 17, quite warm and pleasant though. Now moving further south, again a similar story, rather unsettled, not seeing the sunny days that we saw yesterday, but temperatures pretty pleasant, 18 being a top, that's 64 in Fahrenheit. Down to the southern counties, similar story, I'm beginning to repeat myself, yes, a mixture of cloud and some patchy drizzly rain. Highs of 16 to 17. And across the Irish Sea, actually, we've just been chatting to the Belfast Met Office. They're seeing more in the way of rain, quite heavy at times, 16 to 17. Let's take a look at the European weather scene then. Well, if you're going on business, probably around the Canaries, Spain, you're going to see some lovely sunny temperatures, highs of 21 to 27. If you're heading off east around Greece and Turkey, I'm afraid you need to pack your brolly and your waterproofs, having quite a soggy week there, and that doesn't look set to improve. Now, I've been having a chat with AA Roadwatch. No major problems reported on the airlines or airports, but if you're going by sea, the P&O jetliner crossings between Carn Ryan and Larne are still suspended because of technical problems. Let's take a look at European cities in closer detail. Starting by looking in northern parts of Europe around Scandinavia, a mixture of sunshine and some showers, 8 to 13 Celsius. Still staying in northern parts of Europe, a mixture of sunshine and showers, the heaviest of the rain probably around Germany, highs of 13 to 14. Now, Paris clearing up quite nicely, seeing some beautiful sunshine, a similar story to what we had in the UK yesterday. Prague quite chilly, quite near that low pressure centre, only struggling to get up to 11 Celsius. Now we're talking more in the way of sunshine around this part of the world. The further south we go, highs of 13 to 15. Getting a bit warmer than it has done of late, actually. Last week it only struggled to get up to 9 or 10. Now, this is where the sunshine is, around Marseille and Barcelona, and very pleasant temperatures, my kind of temperatures, 21 to 22. And finally, if you're looking for sunshine, if you're going on business, then head off towards Portugal, highs of 24 Celsius.
With the Weather Channel's 5-day planner.
Hello again and welcome to the Weather Channel. I'm Vicky Graham. Well, have you got anything planned for the next 5 days? Well, let's take a little look at what's happening in your area. Well, tomorrow sees that first cold front moving away from the country that I talked about earlier on. And that should clear Kent by about breakfast time, just drying up all that rain. And leaving behind it, well, some lovely brightness and temperatures a little fresher than they have been at 16 around Lincolnshire and Yorkshire. That's 61 if you're working in Fahrenheit. And a few showers just lingering around the far northwest and to the northern parts of Ireland. And that front that did leave us is lingering around in the latter part of tomorrow. We're going to see some rain being introduced to Devon and Cornwall. As it makes its journey into Tuesday, we can see that cloud thickening up all the time. Indeed, that rain becoming more persistent also in southern parts of Ireland. They're really being carried up on these southwesterly winds at 25 miles an hour, quite blustery. Now, that is going to be very quick to move, and although Aberdeen looks like it will start off sunny, that rain will be quick to move up the country, and Aberdeen indeed will cloud over by the end of Tuesday. Now, into Wednesday, we can see a new front being introduced to the country in the far northwest. This is a cold front that's going to be sinking south-eastwards during the course of Wednesday, introducing more rain, more cloud, and indeed do watch out for these winds, 35 miles an hour, really quite squally. You can see all areas expecting some form of rain, showers into Wednesday. East Anglia should remain dry on Wednesday, but I can't guarantee anything. On Thursday, we see it moving to central parts of the country, really down the spine of the United Kingdom. Rain and cloud, and again, East Anglia should remain dry into Thursday. And temperature-wise, well, 19 on the Kent coast is 66 degrees in terms of Fahrenheit. Now, into Friday, we see that front moving away from us. Again, showers lingering behind, thundery at times in the far northwest and northern parts of Ireland, and temperatures somewhat fresher.
Planning a day out with the family. Be prepared. Check the latest weather forecasts on the Weather Channel.
CITV. The right place.
Funky TV. Funky TV.
CITV, the best place.